Welcome to our first director's interview. And the first question, please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Sofia. I'm the movement director.
I'm Magali. I'm co-director and writer.
And I'm Monika, and I'm a co-director.
Have you encountered any difficulties when directing from home?
Yeah,
but not substantial.
Focus is definitely a difficult thing when you're directing from home. Because you're in your living room and there's so many distractions and your kitchen and your TV. But apart from that...
What's it like to be 3 directors in one room?
we're kind of always thinking the same, I think, and feeling the same.
Thinking the same, and sometimes you want something to happen and somebody else knows what you want, but you don't know it yourself, and then you're like,
It took us a while to get on the same page and click with what our vision kind of was. But once we did, then I think it flowed quite nice.
Question just for Magali, which is what inspired you to write To Blue Something?
When I was in my first year of drama school, I was in a completely different environment than I had usually been. It was this very intense and creative environment, and it was weirdly familiar, and I was very inspired by everyone around. So I decided to write a play during our first Christmas break, and I just kind of had a vomit draft. Where I just wrote, lovely word. I just wrote a lot and finished a play. Also always thinking, how will it be 20 years from now when everyone will have graduated and everyone will be in their lives? Like, who is going to step on one another? What's going to happen? Would there be tensions? Would people connect again? And that inspired me to write A Blue Something.
Monika, what directing techniques did you use and why?
Why do you want to know? What if I want to keep it a secret? I went deeply into characters, their psychoanalysis, their backstories. At some point I used Strasberg, but then I realized that not everyone is for Strasberg. I use techniques that I learned in school, in East 15. Sometimes I just come up with things that I felt like actors needed, rather than using something I already know.
So for Sofia, and for the rest of you as well, but I think mainly for Sofia, what movement styles did you choose for A Blue Something and why?
I don't think I explicitly chose movement styles. If I had to pinpoint a style, I'd probably say it is inspired by contemporary dance, because that's what I'm familiar with. But it also does come up with the energy that's in the room, the energy that the characters bring, and just trying to find a way to kind of bring that out into a more symbolic, abstract way, I guess. We focus a lot on visual aspects. We want it to be compelling to look at as well as to listen to. All of your training and all of your background leads up to it, but obviously you can't always pinpoint directly, yes, this is coming from this class we had 2 years ago, and this is coming from 5 years ago, so it just kind of becomes a mold into the person, I think.
Yeah.
How was it working with your cast?
The fact that we know each other has pros and cons, because we know you so well that we know what will work and we know what won't, and we know when there's a bad feeling in the room, and we know when there's a good feeling and everything is great, and we're all in this together, and that feels very nice.
Yeah. I think the main difficulty probably would be the fact that we do know each other so well, and the fact that we also live together, we're friends. Also, because of lockdown, we've become very close friends because we just see each other, that's it. So it has its pros, because obviously it's we've built a second family, which is really nice, and I feel like personally I could go to any one of them and they'd be there for me. But then obviously it's finding that boundary when you're working and when you're being friends, and making sure the two don't cross, because I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah. Because after we finish rehearsals, we still have to be with each other, you know?
Exactly.
I mean?
Describe the play in 3 words.
Okay.
I have one.
Yeah, weirdest one.
Weird,
Blue?
Yeah.
Purpose, coping mechanisms, and unfulfillment.
When and where will the play be on? And why should people be watching it?
It's going to be live streamed at the Space, end of March.
Yeah, the 30th of March and the 1st of April.
Yeah, come watch us because it's gonna intrigue you and it's gonna inspire you and it's gonna leave you wanting more and it's gonna leave you to think about like yourself and reflect on yourself a bit, you know? So I think you should definitely come watch it.
We put a
Right.
lot of work into it. We've been working hard for months and months, and we think it's honestly something that is worth a watch, whether people will enjoy it, have some feedback on it, think some things. We just want people to enjoy it.
To the moon. To the moon. To the moon.